A very good morning students. This is your English teacher Benu Sehrawat and I welcome you all to RKP online classes. So we have already learnt about coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions in last 3 videos. Alright. So today in this video we will learn about correlative conjunctions. Alright. So beta, correlative conjunctions, they are very interesting. Now how? See, correlative conjunctions are always used in pairs. Okay? We can say they are really afraid to go alone in the sentences. Rather than going alone, they prefer to go together with their best friends, right? We can say that. So if you have a look here, both and, right? So they all are both and, either or, neither nor, whether or, not only but also, rather than, no sooner than, hardly, when or before. Now all these conjunctions, they are always used in pairs. In pairs means two. They are always two conjunctions together in the sentences, right? So we have to remember this thing, that correlative conjunctions are always used in pairs. Always in pairs. As you always like to be with your best friends, so the same way, these conjunctions, they are always with their friends and never alone. So whenever we whenever we have the conjunctions in the sentences which are used in pairs, like two conjunctions, all right, these same conjunctions, so we can easily identify that these conjunctions are correlative conjunctions. All right, now we will focus upon their use. Okay, now we'll discuss about them one by one now. Okay, now both and. Beta, we use both and together when we are talking about two persons or two things. Okay, like I say, I like both dancing and singing. Okay, so both, thus whatever you are, the two things that you are talking about, and then and, you will join them with and. So I can also say both Ram and Mohan are absent today. Alright, so I hope this is clear to you. Either or. Now beta, either and or, we use these conjunctions when we have two choices, when we have two options. Alright, so I can say I would either have a cup of coffee or a glass of milk. Okay, so basically when there are two options, so here there are two options, so I am already giving them the two choices, that these are my options and I will have either of them. Alright, so when there are two choices, we will use either or. Okay, neither and nor. When neither and nor are always used when we are saying that I don't want anything of these things. Okay, suppose there are two choices there, but I do not like either of them. Okay, so in that case we'll say neither nor. Like I can say he is neither my friend nor my enemy. I want to say here, I do not like him, right? I do not like him very much, but I do not hate him either, right? So he is neither my friend nor my enemy. Okay, so we are basically saying negative sense. In negative sense we use neither nor. Okay, ना तो ये option, ना ही, whatever the second thing is. All right, next is whether or. Now beta, whether or is also used when like we are unsure about something. Okay, and there are two options given. Like I can say I am not sure whether he would like to have uh, tea or coffee. Okay, so I do not know. Basically I can say I do not know him much, I do not know his preferences, right? So I am confused whether he would have tea or coffee. So whether or. Okay, not only but also. Now these two are options used when we are saying that I mean I'm not only talking about this particular thing but that thing also. Okay, that thing also, right? So I can say here I not only I not only had a cake but also a chocolate. Okay, so here I mean to say I did not eat only one thing, but I also took something else, right? So not only but also. Rather than. Now rather and than, these two conjunctions are used better when we are talking about preferences, right? Preference, my preference is this, I want to do this thing. Okay, instead of that thing. So basically I'm saying I mean when I want to say like I would rather read a book than going out. Okay, I would rather read a book at home than going out. So if you see here, using rather and than, I am trying to convey what is my preference, what I would like to do at a particular time, right? So for that thing, to talk about your preference at a particular time, we use rather and than. Okay, now these last two, they have a similar function. Okay, so I would discuss about both of them together. All right, now see, no sooner than, hardly, when, or before. I mean, of course we will always use them together, no sooner than. Hardly, with hardly you can use both. See here also I am using both and. With hardly you can use both when or before. Alright, so here we can use or also, right? With hardly you can use either when or before. Okay, so you can use either of them basically. Alright, so yes, what is actually what are the situations where we use no sooner than, hardly, when and before? Now beta, we use these two pairs when we want to say that one action happened. Okay, the moment it got completed, immediately the second thing happened. Got it? So when the first action, it just got completed and the right at that moment the second thing happened. Okay, in such cases we use no sooner or than, no sooner and then, or hardly and when or before. Like I can say, no sooner had the teacher left the class than the children started shouting. Okay, so the same way we can use this. Okay, it can be used in the same way as we use no sooner than. Like I can say, hardly had the teacher left the classroom when the students started shouting. Okay, and we can use it like this also. I mean, it's not always necessary that hardly or scarcely will be used in the beginning. So don't get confused if you know if you happen to see a sentence where it has been used in the middle of the sentence. So we can also say the teacher had uh, hardly the teacher had hardly left the room when the students started shouting. Okay, so I hope it's clear to you. Okay, now we'll see how to use them in the sentences. We'll write a few sentences and we'll try to see and look at their usage. All right. Now have a look at these sentences and we'll see how correlated conjunctions are used in these sentences. See the first sentence. I have used the same sentence for the usage of different conjunctions so that we can understand how it creates difference and how these conjunctions change the meaning of the sentences, right? So I'll have both the pasta and the pizza. Now if you see here beta, both and, these are the correlative conjunction, and we already know that whenever we use both and together, that means see, there are two options and I want to go for both the options, not only one out of the two, right? So I will have both the pasta and the pizza. Now beta, one more thing here. This is not, we do not pronounce it as pizza, no, rather it has a T sound. The pronunciation is like this: pizza, pizza, pizza. There is a very subtle T sound. Okay, pizza, pizza. Alright. Now next is, I want either the pasta or the pizza. Now there are two options. I have pasta and the pizza in front of me, but I want to have only one out of the two. So in that case, to convey my idea, I would use either and or. So out of two, when I want to go for only one. Okay, so I want either the pasta or the pizza. That means I would not eat both the things, but I would have only one out of them. Now, so these are the correlative conjunctions, either and or. Now I want neither the pasta nor the pizza. Now the situation is, I'm already full, I can't eat more. Okay, so in that case I would say, please, thank you so much, I would not like to have either of them. So when there are options but you do not want to go for any you do not want to eat anything out of them, so you will say, I want neither the pasta nor the pizza. Thank you so much, I don't want to eat them. Okay, I'm not hungry actually. So neither and nor. Now next is, I'm not sure whether my sister would like to have pasta or the pizza. Now whether and or, the conjunctions here. Okay, so they are used when we want to when we are talking about somebody's preferences, what actually the person would like to have. Okay, so in that case we can say, I'm not sure whether my sister. So my sister is also coming over, and of course, because everybody is making orders for the whole group, so my sister is about to join us, but I'm not sure, and my friends are asking what would she like to have. So I say, I'm not sure whether she'd like to have the whether she would like to have pasta or the pizza. Whether or. Okay. Next is I'll have not only the pasta but also the pizza. Well, now I'm starving. Okay, I'm starving, like I'm extremely hungry, and I think I'll have everything whatever is available there. So in that case, I'll have not only the pasta but also the pizza, right? So I say, they ask me, what would you like to have, pasta or the pizza? And I say, see man, I'm extremely hungry, I'm starving, so I would like to have both the things. Okay, when you want to have both the things, it's better to use, I have not only the pasta but also the pizza. Not only one thing, but bring me the other thing as well. I am ready to eat everything, right? So not only and but also. So next, now we would, I hope you have understood these conjunctions, correlative conjunctions we have discussed just now, and now I'll write the sentences in which we have the rest of the conjunctions. So now let's see the sentences in which the correlative conjunctions, hardly or scarcely, when or before, and no sooner than, okay, these are used. So she had hardly or scarcely recovered from fever, okay, when or before she was attacked with cough. So it was really sad. We are really sad for her. Yes. So beta, in this situation I have already told you, see, when we use hardly or scarcely, when and before, it is used when one thing happened and right after the first one something else happened. Okay, so here we see she has just recovered from fever, and right after that, okay, right after that she was attacked with cough. All right, so one action was just completed. Okay, one action was just completed, then the right at that point of time the second happened. Okay, she had, better keep the structure in mind. Okay, like had in both these type of conjunctions where we use these pairs, hardly and no sooner than, in both the things we use had. Okay, so she had hardly recovered from when she was attacked with cough. So if you see here, this is simple past, right? And now the second one, no sooner had I reached, no sooner had I reached. Now this and this is the pair. Okay, this is the pair, and you have to remember the structure also, otherwise the sentence would be grammatically incorrect. No sooner had, and then the subject. Okay, no sooner had I reached the station than the train departed. Then simple past. Okay, so it also means the moment I reached the station, but I was unlucky because the train departed right at that point of time. I just saw it leaving, right, and I could not board the train. So the moment the first action was completed, I reached the station, the second action happened, right, the train departed. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So beta, if I would say conjunctions are not very difficult. It's just that you need to understand, understand the sentence first, right? Read it carefully, understand, and then accordingly use the conjunctions, right? See beta, if you see, I mean, I have seen that the students, they get confused between the conjunctions like but and however. They find them quite similar, and of course I understand they look similar, not look, but when we use them in the sentences, you may find them confusing, but actually they are not. See, if I write this sentence let me erase it first. I wanted to go out, but Saira refused. Okay, I wanted to go out, but Saira refused. So beta, here I have used the conjunction but, and in the second sentence I would use the conjunction however. Okay, so let's see here. I am allergic to dogs. However, I have two. Now, see here, this is the conjunction here, right? So I wanted to, I'm sorry, I wanted to go out, but Saira refused. Now, if you see here, beta, there is no connection between these two sentences. I mean, there is no logical connection between the two sentences. Whereas, I am allergic to dogs. Now, there is connection between the two sentences. I am here in this sentence. I mean, this sentence is related to the earlier sentence that we have written here. Okay, there is a logical connection because I am talking about the same. Topic. I am allergic to dogs. However, I have two at home. Okay, I mean the situation is, of course, there is a contrast. Okay, like we have in although or though. Right, but you have to understand where exactly the conjunctions are to be used. I mean, whether they are used to be, whether we are to use them in the starting or here, and actually with which sentence. Okay, that is also important. I mean, we cannot use however here in the beginning of this, right? And if I ask you what is the conjunctions that we can use here if we remove however and we have to connect these two sentences, which conjunction can be used here, or what is the other way to use I mean to say the same sentence where the meaning doesn't change? Of course, we can use write it like this: although I am allergic to dogs, I have two at home. Okay, so you understand, I mean both however and although, they show the contrast. But I mean, if you see here, but we cannot use them at the same place. To convey the same meaning, we need to change their place, right? When we used although, it has to be used with the first sentence, with the first situation, right? And whereas on the other hand, however is used with the second clause, right? With the second sentence, right? So this is how you have to, beta, you have to make sense. You need to understand the sentence clearly. If you do that, if you are able to do that, they are very easy. Conjunctions, they are very easy, right? So beta, this is what I was saying here. I wanted to go, but Saira refused. This is just a situation that something happened, right? There is no logical connection between them, right? But if we see here, I am allergic to dogs. However, I have two at home. There is a logical connection between the two. And again, however and although, you have to see where to use Every conjunction has a specific place for itself to be used in the sentences. So I hope you have understood conjunctions, and if you still have any doubt, please do ask me. Thank you so much.